tomorrow, gives us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, welcome to KJTV. Ben, welcome.
Yes, Doctor, thank you.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Some is
today,
almost here now.
yeah, again, we are, it's another good time to talk about Kenyan politics,
Yeah.
which is Kenya's changing political landscape. Every day is new. But I would like you to listen to a clip of Martha Karua and Raila when they were attending a funeral recently. As a new thing.
Okay.
So we don't have sound bites.
That it was an arrangement that defied the Constitution.
The framers of our Constitution found it fit to decree that Kenya will be a multi-party democracy, that in Parliament there will be a minority side and a majority side. But when you merge, as is happening in the broad-based, you deny people the power, strength.
The People's Liberation Party leader asked,
what do you take of that? I know what Martha Karua was saying. Validity, what do you see about the broad-based government? You know, there is a confusion. Raila is saying he's not in government, but he is in government. So what do you take of that comment?
Yeah. I think Martha Karua is very, very true about the Constitution. Because the Constitution of Kenya says you must have as opposition, that's majority and minority can be either way. But they must be a side that check the government. So if you marry these people together the way Raila is suggesting, I think Martha is right that we will not. The Constitution is, it's very clear that we have to have these two in Parliament.
All of them together.
Yeah. Otherwise, you are having one party.
Now, ODM members. The most focal ODM members. Johnny Mbadi is a minister for finance, which I think is doing a good job. We can say he looks like he knows what he's doing. And Wanani, all of them went, Paranya, they are not. How would you, as he claims, Raila claims that he is still in opposition, how could you be in opposition when your members are in the executive? How would you effectively be in opposition? You are muted. You are muted.
It's not very true, Daktari. You can't be half pregnant. Either pregnant or you are not. You can't be both. So, Raila, for the truth, is in the government because most of these people are working in the government. So let him be clear where his part is. On my own opinion on Raila, as I have watched very keenly, he may want to achieve the establishment of independency of IEBC first. Because he can't work from outside. That's my view. If he achieves that, then he will say the truth that, we can't go together. Okay. I can give you two points that can support my view. If you remember very clearly the time of Kibaki, he wanted the Constitution first.
And he achieved it.
And he achieved it. And Moi, you remember what happened.
But, okay, it's good. But I would like also to have my own opinion about the Kibaki relationship.
Yes.
That wasn't a handshake. That was the war. That was the war after the post-election. And when even the late Kivutu said he didn't even know who won the election. for the sake of peace, the international community when came together, Kofi Annan came together to put those people together. So that one was a first, it wasn't a handshake. That was indeed a coalition government which came out of necessity.
Yeah.
And indeed it achieved a lot. So because Raila was claiming he won the presidency,
yes.
And so they had to come to a compromise that let us have these people share power and we finish. So we cannot compare with the handshake with Moi, with Uhuru, with Ruto. That's different. But don't you think that this is killing the opposition? He has actually dismantled the opposition right now.
If your statement are true, that he can't be able to, he has that mind of getting the IBC, then come out, he has already killed it then. Okay. But Kebaki, remember Daktari, let me rectify something there.
Yeah.
Chewing Kebaki, you remember Orange?
Yeah.
Our movement, when they were together?
Yeah.
What made that come in is because of the constitution. Because he wanted to achieve, that's how he accepted. He said, anyway, let me go in, then we make the constitution work.
So basically, even we cannot say that. But let's listen to this clip before maybe I comment. That is where I was now. Sorry.
Ati ya serikali na upinzani. Iko majority and minority. But all of them are oversighting the executive. So you have not gone into executive. Sisi tumesema tuko katika bunge, tuko upinzani. Tuko upinzani, we are oversighting the executive. The whole parliament is oversighting the executive.
Karua saying she had decided to pick the side of Kenyans and will stand firm against the Kenya Kwanza administration.
What is the validity of saying that you are not in the government and yet you have appointed ministers, the people who Wandanyu were there. Now we don't even see the focal minority leader, Junet Mohammed, is now supporting the government staff. What do we take of that?
No, I think Raila is not right, because there are some things, gaps here, that there is gaps here he has not clarified. The court said, according to the numbers we have, majority is the Asimio. That one he has not even talked about it. So
he has not talked about it.
Yeah, the thing he's talking about, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
So you cannot oversight the government where you are in, you put ministers, we have seen even his supporters being elected on that position. Okay. It is what it is. That is the government. And then I know we were passionate. We must have talked about this one before with you about the Meru governor. You remember that the Meru governor is now out of office, and it has become a surprise how they have been fighting, and they brought him out of office. Yeah, I know you listened about it. Finally, I remember we talked about the Karimi ghosts coming to haunt Meru. Maybe our prophecy has come to pass. What do you comment about it? Finally, she was removed from office.
I think I would like to, because you explained it very, very, very well since 1972. I'll let you give a summary first.
No, I mean, what do you take about you saw Okay, this is maybe let's listen to that clip. Oh, sorry, I don't know where. Sorry, I don't know where. But, this technology sometimes is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I missed that point. I don't know where it is. Okay. There it is. I I'm unable to. Okay. You can see them singing there.
At the Mandantu grounds, residents of Meru gathered in droves to participate in what is the new beginning for the troubled county. The chief guest, Isaac Mutumanto Edingia, taking the oath of office as Meru's fourth governor, following the impeachment of his former boss, Kawira Mwangaza. Then came Mutuma's moment.
Now, what you saw there is that the prominent leaders in Meru, the former governor, Kirauti Murungi, and all of them were dancing in jubilation that they have removed the governor. You know, Mangaza has been fought from the first month she went to office, and finally they have honored her. Exactly mirroring the first member of parliament, woman member of parliament in 1974, how she was also honored from office in Meru, Nerita Karimi, who was elected after the by-election, after Mbichiwe was blocked from running office. And she became a member of parliament, only 2 years, and she was honored. The cases were brought to her about that when she was a headmistress, she had stolen money, and they honored her from office completely. Is there something about the Meru people and the women leaders? You are muted.
Yeah, Daktari, you explained very well. We can be able to review exactly what you say. Males are not very, they are not ready for the woman to be a leader, their
Yeah.
leader.
Mm.
They followed her, actually, they built a case. Until now, they have won their celebration, you see.
Mm.
The governor was working, was doing a very good job for them.
Yeah, but
because of the element of a woman, they have kicked her out of the government.
Yeah,
out of the
it's
leadership.
so passionate how they did it. I mean, we are not saying maybe she failed it, but we have had even some worse governors who have not been removed in the office. But the energy and you know, it's like they were boasting there, saying even they were saying how they were working behind the scenes to have her removed. I hope now they are settled. They will continue to do their stuff. Okay.
And actually, on top of that, before you move on, even the people who were supporting her before, they were warned and they were threatened that the next time they will not be voted in. They crossed over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, now they are happy because once you are impeached, I think for the next 10 years you can run for public office. You cannot hold any public office. Yep. That is in that
that's Meru for you. That's fun too for you.
Now, yeah, and you talked about IBC. I think that's our last topic we wanted to wind up. Now, you saw they have shortlisted people who are undergoing interviews for IBC. I know you have been following. What is your general comment about the quality of the candidates and give your personal opinion?
Yeah, I don't think I'm biased, but Nyachai was interviewed. He was so emotional when he was asked the questions. He may end up getting the seat because he's a guy who has proven to be a good leader. But the questions that he was asked, they are valid from the public. To me, he could have gone down and explained very well what happened about those matters that were not very. There was a question about the management of funds.
Yeah, was he really emotional? I didn't find him emotional.
Oh,
He only said that he only said that he's an investor there, but he's not running the day-to-day running of the organization. I thought that's what he answered. Maybe you have.
No, that's the nature of the father. His father, if you remember very well, because they were asking him a question that it was not very clear. He was saying, "This is not about them. It's about you guys who are doing the judgment here." But at the end, he finished it very well. I think he will win, and he will get the chairmanship of IEBC.
I thought
That's my take.
The big question I think there I saw is that the public perception is like he's a Ruto man. But that is the nature of our politics. It's like in the US. It is either you are a Republican or you are a Democrat. I mean, that is your democratic right. Yes. The last election, he was maybe supporting Ruto. Everybody had to make a choice. Even all of those candidates, I think, they went and voted for a candidate. You will not get an angel unless you want an angel for chairman of IEBC.
That's true.
Chances are that all of those candidates had a side. They voted for somebody else. But what other candidates you have spoken about him? What other candidate you think shined? You think?
I've not watched all of them. I managed to watch Charles from the beginning to the end.
Well, I watched this lady Amadi, who used to be the registrar of the judiciary. Yeah, and then they were accusing a scandal about the gold, but I thought that basically she was articulate. She knows she also showed some leadership. But as much as we are blaming the Meru people, is it time for a woman to take that hot seat, which even people fear that would she take that pressure as a woman?
Be careful, Dr. now. Don't touch, because here now we talk about melts.
Not
melt.
Not really that she cannot do. There is a lot of pressure on the seat. Maybe we need a woman. Maybe people would be fair to a woman. But to me, she was a very articulate, and she knows what she has, the managerial skills that she can do it. But the worry of the pressure of that seat, that is that's one person I saw. And maybe there are other people, but there is a guy who came there who had a lot of baggage. I think he's a lawyer, somebody assembled. I say it outright. Did you even really need to apply with all of this scandal? He has cases with the society, has been even where he's having an office, the landlord is evicting him. I wonder, would he really have the stress he has? Will not be able to conduct the IEBC.
No, that's it. I think is between Charles and the lady you are talking about. So they will weigh and vote who will take.
Be cautious. Some of these high-profile names don't go well. Already people were demonstrating on the street against Charles. So you have also to understand that, and that would be. But although I mean, I saw like 4 people, but the other people will be there. Even Chebukati was not among the top names, but he became a chairman.
The problem, Dr. is because Chebukati was not known in the public so much in the national. But Charles is known because implementation, he was the chairman of the constitution. According to me, I think he did a very good job. He mentioned about the executive
For
and
sure.
the
Yeah, we
parliament.
have to talk. One thing, this job, I know sometimes I differ with other people about Chebukati. I thought Chebukati was firm when he was making his decisions. And that job requires a chairman who can be firm and stop the wind blowing on you. You see, the way he handled it to announce the results, if he was a shaky person, he could have even cooked the results. I know you don't agree with me on that.
No. What I can say is that that seat is not easy. It's a hot seat.
Yeah.
If you remember the previous commissioner before Hassan, was it Jasoni?
Jasoni.
Yes.
No, Kivuitu.
Kibuitu. 2007, he said there was a gun pointed at me at the head. So
no,
if they can,
that's where that is how the seat. Even Chebukati, that's what they threatened him.
Yeah,
they did, but he stood firm. He said, "I would rather die than giving wrong information."
Yep. So the only thing that can happen that
apart from having managerial skills, you have to be a tough-headed person. I think you have to be a person who can stand firm and not be swayed.
Yeah, as you said again, the previous commissioner, chairman, he did a very good job of implementing the. When we say laws and that governs the IEBC, in the future, I think it will be independent than before.
Yeah,
and which is a good thing.
In his parting farewell, Chebukati had said he had raised the bar of the Regular Commission. Unless, somebody can go there and throw all of those procedures and start doing his own things. So, but what would you expect to see on the incoming chairman?
Is to strengthen the system and to make sure it is independent. That's what I would like to see him do. And again, unite the commissioners, other commissioners, work together as a team.
Yeah. Did you realize that this last election, other than the disputed presidential election, which I don't think in Kenya's election and the rest, we elect an angel one time when we will say that the election were free and fair. Do you know that we had the least number of petitions?
Yeah. If you're a doctor, you can be able to observe very clearly is that we don't have a problem from the constituencies. We only have a problem up there. The problem is up there. It's the president.
But this election is conducted at the polling station.
Yes, but the
constituency, the election is announced, no problem.
Yeah.
The county,
no problem.
We go to. Then what do we need to do?
You have to sit down and, as I said, every number, so they have to count and announce from the constituency, which they are doing.
But that is what they do.
Yeah.
Ben, election in Kenya is announced at the polling station. That is where election ends. They wait at the end of the day when they close election. That is when they start counting. And election in Kenya is electronic, so you have to use fingerprints. So you have to use a live person for fingerprints. Then the fingerprints bring your details, and you are given a ballot box. You choose whoever you want. You put in the ballot.
So the problem was that time, those forms, A, P, C, those were the problem. The person who is indicating the numbers there.
No. You know, Ben, I think maybe you would need to understand how those forms work, but for sure, to be honest, to say the truth, there's no way you can be able to change that form the way they.
So what's the problem of the server? What happened? That's where the problem is.
Those are some of the things you sometimes you wonder what they are talking about. Last time the portal was open to anybody. The information which was on the server was for everybody to see. So where is this problem? You know, we are running as if there is a problem somewhere which we really don't understand. That's and I think we really don't understand how these ballots are counted. So there is me, I would say the next chairman needs to do much civic education to make people understand how the votes are counted. That is one of the reasons that we fail to gather and know how the votes are counted.
Yeah, I like the way Charles said if it wins or is given the job, he would like to narrow the gap between IEBC and the public. The trust is too wide.
It's too wide.
So if he can be able, to demonstrate that he can be able to be trusted, then it will work.
Yeah. Well, I think our time is going. We can stop here unless you have something you want to add.
No, thank you so much, Daktari, for this.
Thank you for showing up, at least